Now we're going to move into the next problem, which is the volume of the barn. So we have an irregular shape for the barn, so what we need to do is we need to break this up into regular shapes. So for the purposes of volume, we have a rectangular prism on the bottom and a triangular prism on the top. So the rectangular prism, the volume, is going to be length times width times height, right? So we got 20 feet times 30 feet times, and the height is going to be 10 feet. So that's going to be 6,000 cubic feet. The volume for the triangular prism on top is going to be the base times the length, or the height. So that will be 1/2 times 20 times 5 times 30. And that is going to equal to 1,500 cubic feet. So we take the two volumes, we add them together, and we end up with 7,500 cubic feet. And that's how we do this problem, and we're going to move that on. We're going to we'll come back to this because we'll need this for the next problem, or not in the next problem, but in two problems. But let's look at this one. Now that we know the volume, let's look at what the surface area is, not including the roof or the floor. So what we got is we got a pentagon in the front and the back and a rectangle on the side. So what we need to do is find out what the area of the pentagon is, and we have to break that up into manageable regular shapes. So the area for the pentagon, on the bottom, we got a rectangle, on the top is a triangle. The bottom triangle is 20 feet by 10, and since we're looking at it, we're going to have two of these, one for the front and the back. 2 times 20 times 10, right? Plus, our triangle top, which is going to be 1/2 times 20 times 5. Okay, so we're going to end up with there is that'll give us 500 square feet. Now for the two rectangles, we got on the sides, we got two sides, right? And these are going to be 30 by 10, and that's going to be 600 square feet. So what we're going to do is we're going to add together the 500 and the 600 square feet, and that's how we get it. We get 1,100 square feet. Now this problem here, we're going to have to go back and remember what we had for the volume of the barn, because now we got to find out what the volume of a scale model is going to be if it's a scale of 1 to 10. So the scale is going to be 0.1, and since we're doing volume, we cube the scale, right? So we have 1.1 cubed is equal to 0.001. 0.001, and back two problems ago we said the volume was times 7,500 cubic feet. Okay, and that will give us 7.5 cubic feet will be the volume of our model. Now, we have a car that is going to decrease in value. And so the percent of the regular original value after 2 years, what's it going to be? It decreases 10-20% per year. So the value of the car after 1 year would be the value of the original value of the car, which we'll say is 1, minus 20%. Now 20% in decimal forms is 0.2, right? So what we got is it devalues 0.8% per year, or it decreases in value. The value is 0.8 per year. So after 1 year, you're going to have 80%. But after 2 years, you're going to have 0.8 squared equals 0.64. So the value of the car is going to be 0.64 the value of the original car. Now, the question was, what's the value, what's the percent of the original value remains? So what we have, that's what remains, 0.64. But remember now, we got to convert this back to decimals, or back to percentages. So we have decimals in 0.64%. 0.64 is equal to 64 over 100, or 64%. Now what we're going to do is we're going to express 0.5 with the rep tend over it as a reduced fraction. Okay, so how do we do that? Okay, we're going to say the fraction is equal to 0.5 with the rep tend over it. Now remember what we did. Since we've only got one place with the rep tend, all we do is we multiply this by 10, and 10f is equal to 5.5 with the rep tend over it. So what we do now is we subtract, and we end up with 9f is equal to 5. So then we're easy here, and f is equal to 5 over 9. And guess what? That's your answer, guys. F is equal to 5 over 9. This last question that we're going to do on this section, how much is money is 16 2/3% of $12.96? Well, you know, we can break that up into a decimal, and we'll come out with 0.166. We can break it up into a fraction, and we'll come up with 50 over 300. Or why don't we just go and reduce that down to 1 over 6. So 16 2/3 is 1 over 6, or 1/6. So we got 1/6 times 12.96. And so what we end up with is 12.96 over 6, and that's equal to 2.16 when you break it out. So the total here is $2.16.